Good evening, everyone, and welcome to this evening's poker coaching study session. We are going to continue working the last few weeks. We've been from the button defending against opens, from the cutoff, and then from mid position. And today we'll be working on early position. So I thought we'd start with just a little bit of a review to see how our range changes as we start to play against ranges that are tighter and tighter. So as you can see, I have the 40 big blind button versus the raise from the cutoff. So the cutoff, if we remember, is going to be the widest position we face. They're going to be attacking with suited sixes and offsuit nines. So this whole block here is all going to be in play for them, plus a few extra cards along the pair axis with the aces and kings, and even some of the offsuit stuff. So they're going to be fairly wide. And so we get a robust 9% raising range constructed on two ideas. The idea of attacking the bottom of their range, right, which is their suited or their offsuit nines, their offsuit tens, and the top of their value range, which is cards that block them having aces, kings, and ace king by having an ace or a king a lot. And so those two elements of how we construct our three betting range, attacking bottom of range and blocking top of value, are going to kind of continue on. Versus the cutoff, we can see that we have a pretty wide range where we're raising for value. We're raising for value with aces, kings, queens, jacks, tens, ace, king, ace, queen suited, and ace, jack suited, right? All of these are value-based hands. So when we have this many value-based hands, we get to find lots of bluffs. And so we have this king. We start here with our worst aces that are offsuit, 8, 9, 10. And then below that, we have 7, 6, 5 for suited kings. And this is going to be something that we see throughout the range. The worst aces, and then just below that, the suited kings that match. So an easy way to find three bets from the bottom of your range is take the bottom of your aces and the bottom of your suited kings that go right below those aces. And that's going to be pretty prevalent. As we move around the horn, we looked last week at the hijack and low jack. We can still see that 8, 9, 10 has become 9, 10 jack. And we start picking up some king 9, but again, 8s and 7s and the ace 6 and ace 5, containing a blocker against the best of their value and attacking the bottom of their range. So we don't hold a card that blocks them. We are also three betting very heavily with these 8s and these 9s, which get some better 10s to fold because they're still fairly wide in the hijack. As we move to the low jack, we see that the strategy changes a little bit. These combos aren't raising quite so much. We are now king 9 full frequency, ace 8 almost full frequency, ace 7, ace 6, ace 5. And lots of these aces and kings are now three betting here. As we start facing ranges that get tighter and tighter, we are less able to attack the bottom of their offsuit range because their range starts getting narrowed in here. They don't have 10, 9, they don't have jack 10, right? They're only opening these cards here. So we have to block more of the value. And so we want to block ace king and we want to block pocket kings and pocket aces. And so we rely on our three betting strategy to have a blocker to the top of their value range. Now we still do have some bluffs with queen 9, jack 8, because you can still get some folds from this area, which is particularly good. And these hands play pretty well in position too. And that brings us to today's strategy. You can also see here as the low jack, right? We have started flatting ace king. We are flatting ace queen suited. We are not three betting those. Versus the cutoff, we are three betting the ace queen. We're three betting the ace king pure. We're three betting ace jack. But now against the low jack, we have to protect our range. And so these hands get to three bet less, which would normally be a hard thing for people to get an idea around. What do you mean? I just flat with ace king? That's got to be a three bet, right? As we move into today's topic and we look at under the gun one, we can see that ace queen is not raising for value at all here. And as our value range gets narrower and narrower, right? Ace king is 2/3 three betting, 1/3 flatting. Pocket queens are flatting 1/3 of the time. Pocket jacks are 50-50. As you have less and less three bets for value, you have less and less three bet bluffs. And so all of these ones that were still three betting at, a reasonable frequency are now starting to find only slivers of three bets. And your three bets are highly concentrated on your king nine, your ace nine, your ace eight, blocking the best of value, these aces. And you can even see the worst kings and queens. I mean, you can find some three bets with them, but it is also primarily folding these combinations. So if you are nice and savage, you can find this daring three bets to open up this part of the range. 6-5, a hand that's just not going to be in range for under the gun or under the gun one. And so you're going to have a lot of boards where when you hit with this combo, they're just never going to see it coming.
Would you really do that in play though, Peter? Would you do that?
Oh yeah. This is the solver special. If you think that you got to find ace five, you got to find 6-5.
Okay, that makes sense.
Right? Against under the gun.
Sure.
These guys are opening hands that just don't have that. And it makes your outs clean when they come. When you make two pair with sixes and fives, this guy isn't showing up with two pair very often.
Would you really do that?
Absolutely. If you think that you should be four betting ace five, from time to time, you're gonna have to find.
I will jam. I four bet ace five in a 109, and the flop was 5-5-7, and I lost. So
Yep.
I don't know.
But it's good. As we continue and look at the under the gun guy versus under the gun, his range is so tight that we are only raising aces, kings, and ace king suited for value. Pocket queens are 50-50 for value. And jacks and tens are largely not getting it in here. You really don't want to raise with jacks here. When you have jacks, you block the bottom of his opening range, right? Because when we did the pre-flop range construction, right, we took a look and this guy is going to be suited nines and offsuit jacks. So if he's opening this block of hands here, we don't want to block this part of his range, right? Because it kind of squeezes the tube to him having these combos of tens and things that we're really in trouble against. So jacks are a very dangerous hand in this spot particularly. And so you can see we are blocking with attacking with a blocker that is relevant to the top of the range, aces and kings. And we are protecting our range by flatting ace king primarily, flatting ace queen pure, and flatting queens 50-50 here, as crazy as that is. I gotta say, before I did a lot of range study, I am just never flatting queens here. And I wasn't flatting
you don't
ace
like
king.
it if they rip it in your face as much. You do like it when they rip it in your face, but they're under the gun gun here. You're just, and then ace queen, you don't want to waste that hand. I've been flatting ace queen more since studying these lessons. I'm like, oh.
Yeah. And our response when we look at these positions When they 4-bet us, we are folding our ace queen. We are literally only calling with ace king and the best pairs. And that is also pretty consistent against under the gun one. You are just going to fold your ace queen and you are going to call with your best pairs and ace king. Right. And so, you know, the amount of times that 8s and 9s are going to be good here is still pretty marginal. But I mean, 10s plus is going to call off and ace king. Right. Even some nits find folds with pocket 10s, like I did in a tournament earlier this weekend. I had to review one of my own hands, and it was pretty gross. A little bit of a nitty spot that I folded pocket 10s in a rough spot. So now that we've done some range work, let's get to
So
the
a fun, interesting part about 10s is it actually has like 4% more equity versus ace king than the 9s and 8s.
Yeah, blocking the bottom end of the Broadway. Yeah, it's good. All right. So we will do a bit of trainer work, center this up for everyone here. And let's see how it goes. All right. We face an under the gun raise with ace 9 suited. Does this hand want to 3-bet? And if so, how often?
I think it just calls.
Okay.
I like a 3-bet. I don't know, 30% of the time, maybe.
Okay. So primarily calling, we got a little bit of frisky 3-bets. Let's take the call line, and that is a pretty good ratio, 27%. So it's good. Certainly a reasonable hand to call with. We face a 1.4 big blind bet. Queen and 4.
I'm letting it go.
I am too. I'm folding that.
Okay. So what would change your mind? If you had the 9 of spades, would you call this hand?
Maybe. Yeah, I mean, I could probably call it a spade.
Maybe
If
so,
it's-
If I
yeah.
had the ace of spade for sure.
Oh, yes, if it ace of spades for definitely, yes.
Take a look at that. We'll just.
I mean,
make
we
sure-
block bluffs not having a spade, but our combo still isn't very good. Like even if we hit an ace, we're not super thrilled, I don't think.
So against his range, our ace 9. It is going to continue with the hearts, and it's going to continue with the spades. And when we look at the offsuit combos, the ace 10 is the worst one we have. It likes to hang around with the ace 10's a pair.
Why is ace 9 off out of range, but it's in the sim?
It's ace 9 suited.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, we have ace 9 of clubs in the sim. So yeah, these ones both have gut shots too. So
So you need the spade, you need the backdoor, you need the flush draw.
you need some flush equity to continue here. And so it holds. King 10 under the gun 1. Raise, fold, or call.
Hmm.
Never,
I
never
mean,
be call, in my
I
opinion.
think it's mixing probably slivers of calls, slivers of raises and folding like half the time.
I
King
think it's
10
gonna be
off, I'd
fold and
fold.
call. Mixing fold and call.
Mix of fold and call. Well, it's no fun to fold every hand, so we'll give it a call. And you're right, it is primarily a fold, right? If you want, you can raise it as a bluff. But if you look here, this EV stands for expected value. So this hand is never going to make very many chips. So it's often best just to fold it and stay out of trouble. Bottom range, but I am finding 3-bets a lot with that. I probably over 3-bet this hand. All right, so we do hang around and we get this delicious flop.
They checked,
They have checked.
but small,
No, I'm checking back.
2.3.
Andrea wants to check. Why
I'm
do you
gonna
want to
check
check?
about 45% of the time, our range, I think.
We'll take a look at that. Why do you want to check, Andrea?
Mm. You had to ask me that. Well, we need runner to get something going. And we don't have anything right
You
now.
you only need it. Oh yeah, you do need 2 cards. I thought we.
Yeah,
had,
but the thing of
covered.
it is you're not the aggressor, you're calling, so this is gonna be in your range more than having bigger cards, otherwise you would have re-raised.
Nice thought, Anthony.
That is, yeah.
Okay.
We don't have anything yet, like, but king high has a little bit of showdown value. And it's maybe not strong enough to bet, but we can take one card off and see.
I'm pretty
There's
sure
tons of turn cards that help us.
in position, when it's checked to you, you generally get to bet most of your draws at least some portion of the time. So I'm pretty sure this is gonna at least bet some,
Great.
probably
That's
more
true-
than half
that's
the
true,
time this
Ken.
bets.
That's true, Ken.
I think this will check like 40% and bet like 60%.
Let's take a peek. Yeah, it is primarily betting and you pick the right size.
Never checks.
It's very rare to find a check with this
Ugh.
hand. We have
job, Andrea.
better king highs that are gonna show down better. For example, king 10 of diamonds is a better check here, right? Because it wants to realize its equity a little more. But king 10 is also gonna bet a lot, right? A hand like king queen of diamonds would want to check more. We'll take a look.
I think
Such
range,
a
we're betting
net.
like 55 to 60% of our range here. Just
Yeah,
my
I think
guess.
Gonna be a high, 55%. Look at this solver can coming in here, checking 45.2% and betting 54.8%. Can you please get a little more accurate, Ken? Your 55 is
Well-
0.2% out.
We do study a lot.
Great work. That's a great answer. Primarily betting the small size, mixing some medium size in here and a little bit of micro sizing. And you can see pretty much every combo is finding a little bit of betting to go on.
But the checking is 45%, so that's not horrible.
No, so one good thing, Andre, you could think about too, there's a lot of combos you don't mind betting. And if you get raised, they're just easy folds, but they're gonna
That-
also get them to fold a lot.
That's
So you
true,
pick up a
that's
lot of
true.
pots.
Yeah, I'm so nitty, Ken. Ugh.
If we take a look here at the King's 10 strategy, which is the hand that we have right now, when it has the king of clubs or the 10 of clubs, which doesn't have the equity here, it wants to check a little more. But when you block some of the continues with having spades, hearts, and diamonds, it wants to bet because it's going to get more folds.
Yeah.
And you can also see that it's choosing more of the white sizing here, which is the medium size bet in these rows here. And then when we go to the king 10 suiteds, these ones want to realize the equity of the flush on the turn. So these ones are checking a lot more because they already have better equity than all the king 10 offsuits here. And so when I said like the suited variety is gonna be able to check more, the offsuit variety wants to bet more here.
Yeah,
This
you're not
one is
really,
gonna show down worse, so it wants to win right now.
yeah, like the backdoor flushes, you don't really wanna have to bet fold them.
No, you want to realize the equity with them. And then the ones that have more straight interaction are just betting for value. All right, let's continue on with this. So we took the bet line. And he calls. Oh, we improve equity on the turn. Rainbow board. My hands are itching. Who wants to bet?
I
'Cause I'm
mean,
itching.
I don't mind checking here, actually.
I would bet
If I
small.
was out of position, I would definitely barrel. I'm gonna check more often in position, I think now. Still gonna bet, but. Queen's good for him too. Like he's already positioned. He's got jacks in his range. He's got, you know. He's got
Yeah.
queens. Definitely gonna hit the queens.
Yeah, we got an open ender though, that I like that. So I might bet 3.9.
I think it's gonna be a more mixed strategy between checking and bigger bets. So I'm probably sizing 6-5 here. It wouldn't surprise me to see some 9-8.
Yeah, I agree. You're right. Now that I'm thinking about it, yeah, I want to bet bigger.
But I mean, maybe 3-9 will get the job done. Let's take a look. Yeah, that's what I thought. It's checking and it's betting bigger.
Yeah, yeah.
So Ken wanted to check. We'll check this hand and see how that line plays out.
Pretty well.
8. Okay, so we
Mm.
check the turn. We get here. We're on the river. We have king high.
Yeah, I think we gotta go for like. Right where your arrow's at, I think it's enough to get ace highs to fold, sixes like a ace seven to fold now, like the 8x that hits, probably gonna have to fold.
Do you think 7 big blinds is gonna get an 8 to fold?
I mean, we're pretty high up with our kings. We need to get, we're really targeting ace high, I think, mostly. So I
Okay.
think seven's enough.
Is 4 enough to get ace high to fold?
Probably not.
I
I
doubt
mean,
it.
it probably is, but sevens will get like some other pairs to fold too.
We do block the nut straight with our 10. We block 9-10. But will we check 9-10 on the turn? Nope. 9-10 would be open-ended as well. I don't know that we'll be checking it very often. But, all right, let's give it a poke. It is primarily choosing that sizing because it's just gonna have a hard time winning with king high here. Yeah, you can also size up towards 3/4 pot for 80% pot when the
Yeah, like
guy
we're
checks.
not trying to fold king, jack or king, queen, obviously. So it's like ace, kings, which is also ace high pretty much. So.
And he
You
calls
just
us
gotta
with
be
2
careful.
pair.
He doesn't even raise.
No,
I'm sticking it in, man.
Oh, I saved money because I was off the king 10 pre-flop, so.
yeah, you definitely did. So yeah, when we that's his strategy is going to be a all in or call or fold, right? Like he doesn't have any other stuff here, so because he doesn't because of the amount of straights that are out there, his 2 pairs are just going to be doing a lot of calling here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, we
Right,
don't
and when-
have 10-9 off, so we only have 4 combos of straights, right? Like,
Yeah,
and we're raising 10-9 suited probably some portion of the time pre-flop.
yeah, but I guess 10-9 checks a lot on the turn, right? When it turns
Yeah.
the double, yeah. So okay, go. An 8 suited versus a under the gun 1. Is this a 3-bet? Is this a fold?
Peter, can I ask you a quick question? How much was it? How much is GTO Wizard?
So I subscribed for a year and it was $600 or $700 as a product for a year. I really like it. I use it probably 3 or 4 times a week.
Yeah, I love
Right
this
now-
program. That's a lot, though. I mean, for me, it's a lot of money.
It's
Probably
over
for y'all,
800.
not,
It's
but-
over 800.
I just
a
pay
year.
89 a month. I think Lewis has a code though to make it lower.
The
Yeah,
pro,
but
the
it-
premium's
The
over
pro
800.
version,
The premium's over 800 a year, I think, and I just bought the starter for like 400 and something.
Okay,
Yeah.
And the starter, I
got
wish I
the
would have got the premium.
starter's 30 or 40 a month, but then you can't do all the solutions. You have unlimited trainer though. And but
for
they only
now-
have certain like stack sizes.
yeah, I mean, for now, I'm happy to have purchased the product and to share it with you guys in this manner. And if you guys are interested.
I
in
would say
more-
that it's funner with friends. So like if you attend the study sessions and like watch videos, and you're gonna get a lot of, you don't have to buy it every month.
Yes.
Yeah, that's true.
And if you want to have a private tutorial on this type of thing, right? I'm definitely down to give anyone a brief tutorial on it. I don't get anything for it, selling it or anything like that. So, but I think that it is probably the best and most useful tool for the most amount of people.
I think so too. I agree.
So,
I'll let
yeah,
someone else take this in.
we'll get here with 10-8. Raise, fold, or call. Anyone else want to give it a try?
Oh, and we're up against UTG 1, bet 2.3.
Yeah. What do you think,
Okay.
Andrew?
I think definitely gonna call it. I don't think it's strong enough to raise.
Absolutely. Very low frequency raising, very high frequency calling. Good job. So we get ourselves this flop. We have a backdoor flush. We have some backdoor straight connection. There's a king and a jack. It's scary. We
It's
get
real
checked to.
scary.
What do you want to do?
Someone else take a turn.
All right.
Ken, let's
So,
go, Ken.
I am gonna check this one back. If I had an
Agree.
overcard, if I had like ace 10, obviously ace 10, I'm bet, but I think for sure, but I think this just checks.
I like checking here.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Uh,
Now, Peter's real quiet, so I'm thinking we're supposed to be betting.
Well, I'm always quiet. I always like to
Oh.
give people.
You have to
Okay.
check back. Pre-flop raiser has.
Oh,
the
that's
range
right, that's
advantage,
right.
Not advantage.
You're
10,
right.
I think one of the main reasons to check back is because we just have a lot of backdoor equity that we don't want to get blown off of.
10,
That's
9
true.
might bet, queen 10 might bet, but he's also checking, some good hands to us as well, so like. Yeah, let's see if we can pick up some more equity on the turn.
Those are all
right?
good points, yeah.
Okay.
That's
I
why
think-
group study is so valuable compared to just one-on-one. Group study is good stuff.
I think if we have a higher combo of hearts, like even if we had 10-9 of hearts, which would have a direct line, a direct gut shot here, I think that hand would want to check. I think this one is going to start finding some bets because it doesn't have any immediate way to win on the turn. But we'll take a look. Yeah. It's betting a lot and it's checking a lot. You are not making a mistake by checking and you are not making a mistake by betting.
See, I would bet 10, 9 more. What's that doing?
So I would not want to bet 10-9 more. I would want, because I want to realize the equity with 10-9.
More
I don't
equity, exactly.
get the folds with 10-8. Because if I get check raised with 10-8, I don't care as much as if I get check raised with 10-9. But
Why
we'll
are
take a look.
these? I'm sorry, why are these under the gun, these two scenarios? Why are they not C betting with for raising pre-flop?
They raise, so their strategy, we'll take a look at it here quickly. First, we'll take a look at ours here with 10-8 and 10-9. You can see it's mixing pretty heavily here. Both of them are checking primarily and betting a little bit.
What bets more?
They both bet almost the same amount with the backdoor hearts here.
Gotcha.
10-9 bets a tiny bit more.
Gotcha.
And it uses a bigger sizing. Is the big takeaway here is that the 10-9 here uses the 5-9 and the 3-9, which is the half pot and the 66% pot when it wants to bet, when you have the gut shot. And 10-8 mixes all three sizes equally and even has a bit of the micro betting, the 1.4.
And even though it's probably a very insignificant part of the heuristic here, having a 9 blocks some continues, I think. So I think that makes it slightly better than the 8. Cause like the 8s are
Yeah.
kind of garbage for the under the gun one.
So let's take a look at
Whereas
his.
he's gonna have a lot of 9s that wanna continue.
Yeah. So someone asked, what about his range? Why isn't he betting on king, jack, deuce? And he is betting 45% of the time he's betting, 50% of the time he's checking. One of the reasons is at 40 big blinds, the most effective way to reduce the stack to pot ratio is to check raise, right? Someone puts in some chips, you put in some more chips, and your best value hands are going to be more resilient against draws. If we change this here from king, jack, deuce with a flush draw to king, jack, rainbow, give it the jack of diamonds. You see, now he's leading a lot more because he's not afraid of the flush draw. He's just going to bet his hand value a lot more and his range value a lot more. When the flush draw is out there, we flat a lot of suited combos. Remember, we're attacking with those offsuit aces and offsuit kings a lot, and we're flatting a lot of suited combos against him. So he's more worried about us having the flush draw. And so he wants to check raise our flush draw to try and get the money in before the flush draw completes. And then we can see that when we change it to a rainbow board, his bet frequency really goes up, right? Goes up, 12, 13% here.
So now with all that known, which was great for me to learn, now knowing that he may check raise with the flush draw, I'm going to pose the question now: what would you do with the 10-8 suited on the button after he checks?
Pre-flop?
No, post flop.
Okay.
He's checking. He's checking, and it's our action on the button with the 10-8 post flop. Knowing that he, like you said, he's planning on probably check raising to get us off of that flop. I think check back. What did we say was half and half?
It is half and half.
Yeah, betting's still good. If you can bet and get them to fold, it's still good, right? They're still gonna fold some. So like, you can't really make a mistake here.
Yeah, and when you look at it here, if you look, it's using the bigger size, right? So it's using 3.9, which is half pot, or 5.9, right? 6 into 7, it's betting 85% pot here, right? So it's choosing the bigger size to generate fold equity. So you're going to target his hands that have clubs and diamonds, and you're trying to price them out of the pot. You are
And
just,
actually all his under pairs too. Are
Yep.
are in a pretty shitty spot when you use a larger bet.
yeah, because I mean, he's still here with 5s, 6s, 7s, and 9s, and they're not doing great here. Even pocket 10s are not very happy. Pocket queens aren't super happy, but
Yeah, like tens and nines probably can't fold, and maybe like other ones with ace spade probably can't fold yet, but you're still getting some to fold.
so now he checks, or so now that we didn't fall for the bait and we duck the flop, he just bets the turn. And he is probably betting with every combo in his range here, right? Like when we check that flop, like he's going to be betting with pocket 4s when he has it here.
And we can't beat that though, so what are we supposed to do? I just
Yeah, we just
fold?
fold.
Well, the thing of it is, he's only
Yeah.
betting 20, not even what's about 20% of the pot, 25% of the pot, which is a very small bet. If he had the nuts, he'd be betting a lot bigger, but it's still, I would fold it.
Yeah.
Well, it's just hard for us. Like if he has
what-
pocket
what could
jacks
we-
here
What
and
could
we
we
check the
beat?
flop,
You know?
right? Like if he has pocket jacks here and we check the flop, like we just don't have a king very often here, right? He's got to bet small. Like what can we call with?
We can't even beat ace high.
So like when he has the nuts, when he has pocket jacks and has quad jacks here, like he's still got to bet small. His entire range is probably going to bet small, even his
Even
best
his
hand.
even his queen X, he's gonna bet here. We can't beat, so.
Yeah.
Yeah. So his strategy on that turn after the jack is betting, 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 betting. He still does have some checkbacks from primarily with these kings, right? He's still trying to keep us in and manage the pot against the jack because we do check some jacks on that flop. So, but yeah, he is just betting, 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 and he's got a lot of big bets too, right? Even
Look what he does
overbet.
with threes.
Yeah.
9 bigs. What's the white side? The white sizes. I thought that was your big size. Yeah, okay.
The red size is big. Red is danger bay. Right? GTO Wizard is all customizable by these colors for size. So you can play with and make whatever you like for the different colors for different sizes. And he just had king queen. All right, pocket eights under the gun. Fold, call, or 3-bet.
Easy call. Oh, I thought no one else was jumping in.
What'd you
Alright,
say?
no,
What'd
Mike's
you
in
say,
there.
Ken?
Mike's 3-betting, so we got
Did you say
options.
call? I like calling.
Call.
Call, but my fingers are getting itchy.
Mike's,
Yeah, mine-
Mike's are itchy.
mine
It might
too.
3-bet, it might 3-bet 10%. I doubt
Okay, I
it
like
though.
that. I like that. 10% 3-bet. I'm finding it. I gotta find it. Yeah, 15%. Let's go. Get in trouble. But it just calls. And he blasts us.
Oh, yeah.
80% pot.
Pretty gross, but I don't think we could fold.
That is really gross. You don't think we can fold? I kind of do.
Got a spade.
We got the 8 of spades, we got the.
That's
got
true.
backdoor
We got a
straight.
spade. We got a spade. Yeah.
We can turn lots of spades that help us. We can turn lots of straight cards that help us. And I mean, hey, like the 7th best pair. You would fold.
So Mike, hold on, Mike wants to raise, and I would argue against that because he does, like, I kind of think of the bottom of their offsuit range and he does have some 10x in the offsuit variety in his range. So I'm not gonna wanna turn this into a bluff just for that reason alone.
A 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 are all good for us on the turn.
And a spade.
And a
Yeah,
spade.
so we have over pairs here we can raise. We have like ace 10, maybe some king 10, and then we have some sets. And then our draws that wanna bluff. I don't think we need to turn pocket ace into a bluff.
If you were gonna bet, if you were gonna raise Mike, how big are you gonna raise? 16, 21, 37, or just 12? 3x.
I think eights and
So-
nines peel, probably, maybe fold, but at least with a spade, I think he actually can start folding probably like sixes.
All right, so 16.9 would be Mike's size here. Let's take it is calling. Are there any hands that are raising? Let's take a peek here.
Oh, we got raises.
We got raises. So our raises
Not many.
Are
Yeah,
not
not too many.
and our raises are stuffing the turkey.
Oh,
That's right. You get it. You have ace 10 here. It's time to stuff the turkey. You flatted with jacks. It's time to stuff the turkey. You flatted with queens. It's time to stuff the turkey.
It's all value. Ace 5 is a bluff, ace 6, ace,
Ace,
king.
ace 5 of spades.
Less
and
raises
ace
than I
6 of
thought,
spades.
honestly, way
Yeah.
less.
Is anyone
About-
flatting queens and jacks on the button though? Maybe jacks.
Oh,
but
yeah,
not-
for sure.
Really? I would not.
No,
No,
Yeah.
maybe jacks, but doubtful queens.
Oh, let's take a look at our range construction here. We did this right at the beginning. So we are the button versus raise from under the gun. And we should be primarily flatting jacks here and 50-50 with queens.
So that's what I said, flat jacks, raise queens.
And we need to protect our range. We only really get to go for value with the big three. Aces, kings, and ace king suited. Right? Queens need to protect our range, and ace king offsuit needs to protect our range. All right, so we get ourselves to this spot with pocket eights, and we made a call.
He's gonna check, well, I was gonna say he's gonna check a
Oh.
lot, but not necessarily the ace.
That is not good for us.
He checks, I'm checking back.
Yeah, I am
Check him.
too.
All right. So do you think this is what Jonathan Little refers to as a marginal made hand with a draw, and the marginal made hand overrides the value of the draw?
Yes.
I think so too.
Marginal made hand with a marginal draw, because if that spade gets there, is everybody jumping up and down?
No, but we're happy to take the pot with an eight.
Well, he's not gonna check a lot of spades here. He's gonna have some. He's gonna
Yeah, he
have
might
some
have
flushes.
one, prop maybe higher than an eight. That's what I'm saying. If it comes in, then what?
It does find some half pot bets though here too.
It does.
'Cause I mean, the other thing is if he is here and he's sitting on a hand like king 10 with the king of spades, well, it's gonna be tough.
Yeah. I don't mind tough
And-
spots.
All right, tough spot,
Yeah, just
half
fold.
pot,
It's not fold.
easy fold.
Fold, get out of there.
Fold.
You
mean-
better click that fold button, you know? You don't even have to defend that often. I mean, like, get the heck, okay, so he's betting half pot. No, he's
Yeah.
betting more than half pot. What the hell are you doing?
About third pot, roughly.
Yeah,
No,
11
that's
into
the
18.
total pot,
A little
11
over
into
half.
18. he's
Oh,
betting-
11, okay, I was doing
Yeah.
11, 29.
So,
I mean, we got a spade. I think we got a call.
no,
way.
you better fold.
What?
Okay, so you have to be, you don't even have, you have a bluff catcher, but really you have so many better bluff catchers, so you need to fold this shit.
All right, I'm going with the team, but I'm over here by myself today. Oh yeah!
Got it.
Look at it.
Oh,
It also finds this stuff the turkey.
way to go, Peter.
I
So-
mean, actually, you know, I mean, wait, what did, I don't even know the action because I wasn't paying attention, but
I'm
the
falling
turn-
There you
17.8%, 100% of
Backpedal,
the time.
Viv, that'll work.
Yeah,
if you're playing a tournament, under $33, you should fold. 3,300 fold.
Yeah, Well, we're playing the
Yeah.
solver, so.
This is a zero EV line, so it's not gonna be, it's gonna be very indifferent. It doesn't matter really if you call or do
Which
this or do this.
means.
Yeah.
What, if they're not bluffing, what they're supposed to be bluffing, you need to fold that shit.
So if you don't have the 8 of spades here, you don't get the call. Pocket eights
Can we
without the 8
find
of
out what,
spades.
can we find out what he did have?
You know what makes me sick?
Yeah.
When they think like a 10's a great hand now, because we didn't bet the turn and they value bet it. And I call and they show me
That's
like
the
10,
actual
9.
strategy if you need to be
Uh-huh.
betting.
Uh-huh, and that's why we were all saying, get out of there.
Value betting a 10 here is actually not too bad, I don't think, if you're out of position. Out of position is allowed to do it.
I don't
Block bet,
understand,
block
Peter,
bet,
why the
maybe.
solver wants us to call there. I mean, I don't get that. I do not
So-
understand that.
It's not an easy thing to figure out. So we have to look at what hands do we have to call against his whole range? Because what's his whole range doing? Remember, when
Right,
the turn goes check, check,
okay.
right? Half his range is betting, right? He's betting 57% of the time. And if he's balanced, there's going to be a bunch of that that's value. And then there's going to be a bunch of that that's bluffs, right? And if he's got 1/3 bluffs, we're going to win 1/3 of the time when we make that call.
Yeah, that's if he's balanced.
Well, he is. This solver is like playing against Matt Affleck.
Oh,
At his
okay,
best
okay.
on-
Oh, is
on a
it?
Saturday
Is it?
afternoon.
They don't, okay, they don't do exploitative, okay.
Yeah.
Or shitty
Matt
players,
Affleck
okay.
is hunting you and your head's up against Matt Affleck.
Oh shit, I'm not allowed to talk about other sites. But okay. But I'm pretty sure that Jonathan Little and all his crew would say similar things. As your opponents get more chaotic, your absolute hand strength matters more for bluff catching.
Yep.
So, but as your opponents get more balanced, then you need to think about what are your actual bluff catching combos. But as your opponents are more chaotic, you need your absolute hand strength matters a little bit more.
Worth
lot
noting
more.
there, Viv, the only 10 they bet for value was king 10
Oh,
and not even
shoot.
full frequency.
So, and it's a danger of us being, us flatting with our
I
eights.
guess,
We
you
just
know,
have
we're
a lot of
folding
flushes
eights,
there.
so then they're not really, they're just hoping.
Yeah, but
I
also
guess
what
when
tilts
the-
me is when I'm against in the low stick, someone's gonna value bet me with 10-9 there. I'm gonna call with an 8 and be tilted.
Well, when the flush, I guess on flush boards, I notice it bets the second pair of hands less. When there's like when their board is more flushed and connected.
Yep.
Ugh.
All right, so now we got Jack 8 suited against under the gun one. Raise, call, or fold.
Like 15% raise maybe, and the rest calls.
I like calling.
Might fold. Yeah, I think mostly call.
Mostly call. Mostly call.
30%
70%,
raise.
30% raise. Oh, we are going to Funky Town. Could we have
Sure.
asked for a better flop?
We're gonna lead from 2.35.
Oh, yeah.
It's mostly small in position when you probe. Mostly,
Mostly.
most of the time. So that's my safe bet.
Well, what is he doing?
So he checked.
Oh, he
To
checked.
us.
Okay, my bad.
I,
How do you know? Is
think,
that orange circle mean check? Or is it the fact that there's no
actual-
number in front of it mean
Yeah.
it's
Oh.
checked?
Yeah, it's our
Yeah,
turn.
he didn't put any chips in the pot, so it's
I
our
see.
turn. And
Okay.
and so he has checked.
Then we have all these options.
I think I'm gonna
gotta bet.
size up here a little bit.
Yeah.
I would as well.
Yeah, we benefit from generating a little bit of immediate fold equity, and we have a hand that's okay. And we're gonna
Yep.
get check raised less when we use the bigger size.
Yep, I agree.
Mostly
Primarily
checks.
checking. Primarily betting 2.35 when it
Wow.
bets. But it does have some sizing up.
Does like checking.
Yeah, I mean, the safe bet is when you're probing, when you're betting after a missed C bet, it's generally, when you're in position, it's generally most often that size, that 33% or whatever, mostly. There are other sizes and there's other situations, but that's usually a safe size.
So our range is checking 48% of the time. It is using the 2.35 primarily 28% of the time, but it is also using the half pot sizing 17% of the time. So it's pretty prevalent in the strategy, just not with the combo that we chose, right? It's using it more when it has the queen or king in the hand.
I don't even see that color on the range.
White? Yeah. it's
Oh,
right here.
white. I'm looking for gray. Okay, my eyes are fading.
No problem. It's getting late here too.
So queen ten's a pair. Tens, so your tens are going bigger and then your two overcards, king, queen.
Yeah.
Ace, queen, ace, jack. Alright, well, kings aren't two overs. They have an over and a draw.
King queen is the one that wants to do it. The one that represents kings and queens and blocks
Right.
kings and queens. So it uses that size,
And some jacks.
right? And then the jack also
Fair.
does it because jack uses the big size a lot as well. And then, yeah, sets of tens don't.
Oh, that's some of your worst bluffs, like pocket threes.
Yeah.
This 5-4,
King five.
ace two. Yeah, and a king five, king, yeah, these get better kings to fold, I guess, somehow. Can't
15,
imagine
four when
them
you-
getting any kings to fold.
Yeah.
They're getting worse aces to fold, actually, probably.
Yeah.
Ace
and-
six,
Well, king
ace.
six, king seven, king eight, king six, king seven, probably. Right? When you use the big sizing. Right? Because remember, this is a
Right.
pot's 80% pot size bets.
Right, getting a couple kings to fold, I guess.
Get more sigs to fold. Okay, so we use the small sizing. And do we face a check raise? No, we just place a call. King. All right.
Mm,
So our equity didn't really improve. We
Yeah, I'm
didn't turn
checking.
any more outs. Our equity might have actually gone down because now the queen makes bigger straights, right? With ace jack. Which he would definitely have in range here sometimes. Right? Ace jack of spades, ace jack of hearts, and ace jack of diamonds definitely all could have
Mhm.
floated.
He's got plenty of king X too. And,
exactly, I'm checking.
we're not as equity driven, in position as we are out of position, but I still think this is just a check.
Okay.
King's good for his range. Oh,
It chooses to double barrel this combo. Small
small
though.
again.
Wow, and also a little bit larger too, equally.
Yeah,
Six
so
point
it
five and
does
3.9.
it does have a lot more of the bigger sizing to generate some fold equity here. It's
Yeah.
probably a function of the turn being a rainbow. If the turn brings a backdoor flush draw, it's probably gonna check a lot more, is my
Yeah.
suspicion,
Yeah,
right? Because the equities are gonna shift to all the guys who, like all his floats that float light. So if we change this king to
Club.
the king of diamonds,
Oh, backdoor flush, right?
right, when the backdoor flush comes, our hand, what did we have? We had jack
Make it a
eight.
spade, it'll probably even bet more.
Well, yeah, when the spade comes, it'll big guy go nuts, right? But
Oh, well, we have spades.
yeah, you can see now when we pick up the flush draw, our hand bets pure. And when we don't pick up the flush draw, our hand checks primarily.
how difficult was it to learn this program, Peter?
I bought it in September and Louis showed it to me in August.
I see. If you hadn't had someone to show it to you, it would have been pretty tough.
It's pretty easy. You just click buttons and it's pretty, you can figure it out. It's pretty intuitive. You just gotta click around and figure shit out,
I
honestly.
see.
Not
Okay.
too hard.
So checking is still a line that's very prevalent here, so we can definitely check. And we get there. How big can we go?
So we check turn, right? So it went check, bet, call, check, check.
Yep.
Go like, 10.
Oh, I don't think you'll go for a bet that big.
I'd go big. I'd go 17-5, man.
What are your bluffs?
Don't need bluffs.
I love that.
I mean, if you don't have any bluffs, you're never gonna get called. That's the thing.
Yeah,
like-
but you know, if he raised pre-flop, you know, if he has his king, I mean, that's a pretty hidden straight.
I
So
bet 7. That's
I'm gonna
just me.
bluff some of my jack X. And some queen X here that bricked, but I don't wanna go that big with my bluffs, cuz I'm a little nitty that way, so I just wanna go 10.
Okay. So
But you can
I-
choose his size, you don't have to choose my size, I'm
No,
just saying.
we're gonna see
Yeah.
both of them anyway.
Yeah, I mean, Andrea's sitting here. Kevin's sitting here. Anthony's sitting here. And I got to admit, like, I know Louis Philippe is itching to pull this trigger.
Oh, I
Yeah,
don't think
spot.
I don't think we go all in. Actually, what's the action? Tell me the
I
action.
said
I just
17-5.
woke up, you guys. Okay, so
Welcome
let me.
back,
I
Viv.
need to see the action. Check.
So he
Let me
checked. We bet.
big
We bet
call.
flop. Turn
Check,
went check
check.
check. and
We
he has
definitely get
checked
to
it.
go big. Depends on how big though. We definitely are going big though.
I'm all in.
I think
17 and a
10
half.
I think 10 leaves room for him to rejam over us, possibly.
Okay.
As a bluff, if he has,
17 and a half.
if he wants
I'm all
to
in.
turn something.
And
into
now
a
I
bluff.
started a session, so say good luck. It's about winning your flips.
Good luck. Good luck. All right, let's take a look at which size it is. We'll just click. And it is primarily betting 7. Good job,
7,
man.
yeah. So that
Oh,
gives him room.
booyah.
That gets called by more. That might give him even more room to raise bluffs. I
Yeah,
mean,
you don't want him to fold off it. I mean, we haven't been betting big all along, and then all of a sudden we're gonna slam him on the river and he's gonna go, oh, okay.
But you gotta have some bluffs, so But yeah,
I
you're
guess
gonna
he
have
has
bluffs
that
with seven.
too.
You got bluffs here, so.
This is, a lot of this is, what's the word I'm looking for, against this new tournament course. So that's an awful small bet with the nuts. So I don't know.
Yeah, but the whole
Yeah.
point is it isn't about having the best hand. It's about getting the most money, you know?
So
Exactly. So
when
that's
you-
why
here-
I would put bet more. I
well,
mean, he did raise pre-flop, so what's his range? Broadway
Here-
cards.
here's the
know.
thing, you get to bluff 5-4 here. With that size, you got, ace jack is a bluff, right? Queen eight. Ace two, ace four.
When our, Ken's right, when our value picks this size, we get to bluff this size. And if you think of your value as a large pool of hands here, because when the turn goes check, check, our value expands, right? When he checks that king and then he checks the king on the river
For
too.
sure, we would like to value bet more hands, so that we would use that sizing.
So yeah,
Or
you
even
can see-
bluffing ace queen. Like, I don't find that. I don't think. I feel like I gotta show that down. That's pretty good.
Yeah, wait, just going. I guess it's a gutter that bricked, right?
Yeah, you gotta get blocked the nuts with the queen. Your blockers are your queens and your jacks of the world.
So it's betting all of the queens and jacks as a lot of the queens and jacks as bluffs. And it's betting all the kings for value, and you have a lot of kings here. Right? Because you checked some safe kings and you have some two pairs here. And I guess it's gonna be hard for him to call here a lot.
Yeah, we just have a lot of strong hands, so we don't really have that many bluffs
Yeah.
compared to our value, so that brings your bet size down, right?
So when
Okay, guys,
we-
I'm out of here. I gotta get up at the crack and get to Jonathan cracking the whip early in the morning. So he gets up at 5 and he expects all his employees to do the same.
No problem. Thanks for popping in tonight, Andrea. We'll see you next week.
How about no?
Really? Okay, Peter, I'll talk to you later in the week, okay?
And this is
Okay.
his response.
So this is his response to our bet. So when we bet here with Jack 8, he is shoving 17% of his range, calling 40% of his range, and folding 40%.
And we beat a decent amount of his shoves.
Yeah, so when we bet this size, it induces a lot of all-ins from him. So he still has sets of tens, right? He still has all the two pairs he's shoving.
Sets of nines.
He
To sevens.
does have, this is the problem though. He still does have full frequency of the offsuit and the suited
Yeah. the
over
nuts.
straight, right? Which is a big
Nuts.
problem for us.
I missed that completely. That's why we bet small.
Yeah. Because we have the second nut here, and he has a lot of the nuts when he gets here with the line that it took.
Oh yeah, I forgot. I suck at poker. Yeah, it depends on how often he can have the nuts too.
And of course,
And-
when
So he shoves, what do we do?
we call, right, with
Well,
the
yeah,
second
we
nut
can't
hand.
call it straight. We're just screwed.
But now, like, our
Oh, we don't
kings-
even have the nuts straight. See, you guys, I've been giving you horrible poker advice this whole fucking time.
No worries, Viv. So you can see like his king, like when we have king 7 here and we get shoved on, it's a very low EV call for us, right? King queen is even worse, right? King jack. Like we just have a lot of spots where our kings get in real trouble here when he shoves.
So you're betting them for thin value and you don't want to get raised.
You're talking.
That's why
two
it's nice to
pairs?
protect your thin value with nutted hands.
So because he still has a lot of nuts in his range, we can go smaller because he has raises here,
Yeah,
right?
that Totally.
Now,
makes-
pop, if you're finding that you're not getting raised often enough here, you can size up to the 10 and maybe even the 17. But against good balanced opponents, who are gonna find lots of raises here for value, you're still okay to use a slightly smaller size and let
I
them
think
have
it's
the room.
because I guess the kings are in a value range that we have the smaller bet.
Yeah, when we take the 10 bet size, he bluffs a lot less, right? Like when we use the bigger sizing.
We'll change the move. Let's see what's going. We could always see, right?
Yeah,
Is it
we
too
can
late?
take a
No,
look.
it's too late.
No, because it's still gonna have the range. We just changed the range here on
Alright,
the second page. Right, we just changed the bet size from the 7 to the 10. And then we could look at his response. Right, so now he has 15%, 30%, and 50%, right? So right before it was 17, 40, 40. So has 2% less calls or 2% less raises and 8% less calls. Like he stops calling so much when we use the bigger size. Right, he's more construed around the value with those because he keeps all of his best value hands in here.
what all ins are missing now? I can't tell.
So we will go back. Take a look at his
Ace
response.
10.
So ace 10, ace king. And then some stuff here. 7, 9 maybe. 8, 7.
Oh, he was turning 9, 8 into a bluff, right? 7, 8, 9, yeah.
Like this block here.
9,
Right?
7's 2 pairs, so he's turning 8, 7 and 9, 8 in the bluffs.
Yeah,
Pretty
this
savage.
little block here, and then ace 10 goes away when we use the bigger sizing as well. Yeah. So he just doesn't turn these into bluffs as much. And ace 10 is there less. All right, let's continue on
Does
down
he
the road.
check back, does he check back queen jack when the king turns?
Yep. Yeah, here we go. We got check raised. We bet 7 and we got check raised on the river.
On the turn, when the king turns, he would check queen jack?
Yeah, he has the nuts on a rainbow board.
Yeah.
Like he's
okay,
not afraid of anything.
Okay,
Well, and we bet flop too, right? So he wants to, yeah, I guess he's just gonna check call, and if we keep betting, then he's happy to call.
yeah,
But we
If-
checked, right, on the turn?
If the
Surprised he doesn't lead river, man.
that's what I'm saying,
At least sometimes.
right,
he's got to keep our bluffs in, right? Like Ken was saying, like Ken's bluffing with queen high and jack high, and like he's even trapping us here with a set, but we have the straights and we just take all his chips.
Yeah, we got him.
Got him. All right, king, queen.
King,
Under the-
queen off. I'm raising
How often? All the time?
40%.
They come calling. a little
40,
bit.
50, about 50%.
I'd call king queen off.
Suited's better to call, I think.
Suited's for sure gonna call.
If you raise,
The chart said we called this.
Still calls. I bluffed this too much.
It's okay.
I think if
You're
you, I
We
think if
bluff
you
it
three
from
bet, then
earlier
you have to
positions.
fold.
I mean, the button can call more often.
You know what? It's still just a really good hand to play in position on a button. Yeah, baby, you just said it. You're right. It's just still a really good hand to play in position.
Okay, he checks the ace high flop. After we just called.
Check back.
So this is the best king. So this is our best unpaired hand. And generally that's gonna check a lot. 97% of the time. Marginal
call.
made hand with a spade. Looks like a pretty easy call.
Yep.
Very easy call. And
So. Like what aces does he have that are going that small? Like he's got ace, king in range, ace, queen, ace, jack, ace, 10, ace, 9, like this feels like a weird bet. I guess this is like the ace, 8 and worse of the world. I guess we just call.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see anything else really to do with this hand.
Nah,
We do block the nuts with our queen here. Can we get better to fold if we raise?
I'm not raising.
Oh,
Does raise.
it's even folding.
Folds.
Yeah,
Yeah, this just feels like a really thin, it just feels like a really thin, like, this feels like ace 6 suited or something, right? Ace 5 suited, ace 7 suited, like.
yeah, it's just
Ace
ace
10.
X.
They always get you.
All right, under the gun.
So
Now,
we call
how often are we three betting these jacks?
15%.
15? The Price is Right says higher or lower. Anyone want to wager whether they're going higher or lower than 15%? Ken said
The under. I'll take the under.
okay. I hate king queen, but I lose my. Okay, higher.
So we just
Chat.
looked at this, didn't we?
Higher,
Holy.
40, 60.
I didn't think it was
Wow.
that much.
Yeah, against under the gun, it's going to be less. And against under the gun 1, it's going to be more. Take a peek at it. Yeah, here we go. And then when we move to, if we change it to fold and we go to under the gun raising, it comes to us on the button. Now it's hardly raising 15%.
Yeah, that's what we looked at earlier. So this is under the gun and the present one was under the gun 1.
Yeah, so under the gun 1 is
Under a little wider, okay.
So
Yeah,
now your
64.
tens are raising a little bit. Instead of pure calling.
oh my.
Just call.
Ooh. Ken likes a call. Anyone else doing anything else here? Yeah.
I think
Oh,
it's gonna be close, isn't it?
I like Mike's answer.
Call us. I know. Wait, we don't want to raise. Call. No, but I don't know how our suits affect this shit. Why? Poker's okay. We should freaking call. No, raise.
I would call.
How
I
many
am-
sets does he have? I mean, we blocked
All of them.
jacks.
First of all, that's a
Yeah,
really
I would-
odd bet. I think this is a very low frequency bet
Why
size for
is
him
he?
on that
You're
texture.
right.
So.
He should be betting around half pot, but
at
well, maybe
least.
not. Maybe when he's out of position, this size is good, and he is supposed to bet more against us as the button.
Yeah, I think it's a mergey bet size because there are straights available immediately on the flop. So it's like, I feel like it's like should be like mostly around half pot, but he's gonna have some small bets, I guess. No, I'm
I
just.
mean, actually, I like the raise too because there's a lot of protection versus like, but we have the jacks that we want to,
Yep, Mike's to
So like,
6,
what are
7
we
is
worried
in his
about? A
range.
queen X?
So let me ask this question. If we call here, what turn card is going to be good for us?
Deuce of diamonds.
but an
3 of
ace or a king.
diamonds. 4 of diamonds.
That's
You
not a spade.
know, 5 of diamonds.
Yes, but the thing
8
is,
of diamonds.
a spade's not good. An 8, a 9, a
10 of
10's not good.
diamonds. I'm fine with a 10.
Hmm.
He doesn't have a 10. He's betting too small.
So I'm raising big here, but we'll give it a call and we'll see what happens. It is calling. I am
Boom,
torching some
boom,
equity
boom.
here,
Boom, boom, boom.
but you can
We're
find
not
small
really
raises.
torching. Raising is a viable option. That's why we were torn.
Yeah, 'cause it's crazy. So if we had a spade, it's probably pure calling.
Yeah, I want to raise here because I think there's too many bad turn cards for this. If you have the jack of spades, I'm calling a lot more. Okay, so we called his micro bet and the 8 paired.
Yeah, so I'm betting. I ain't scared. I ain't scared no more. And he can't do anything with like over pairs now either, I don't think. So probably gonna go like, what's it, 9.9? I'm gonna probably use that 5. Oh yeah, I'll probably go in there with that white collar.
Half pot.
Yeah, 5 river, hopefully, too. I mean, if he check raises, it sucks, but it is what it is. Like, I gotta bet. Can't be scared.
Okay. Yeah, he has some full houses here for sure.
Yeah, we can still get value from spade draws, straight draws with overcards, like king, queens of the world, ace, king, ace, queens, probably gonna still call. Ace, king's probably got almost call. Yeah, we could bet, right?
Yeah, it is sizing up a little bit here though, too,
A little
right?
bit
It's choosing
more.
this size and the bigger size.
Yeah,
But the primary move is check here, but if the overall motion is to bet. And you picked a good size, Ken. So, yeah, we'll see how dangerous this is, see what his response is to our bet.
it's just finish value bet. So like he calls, I'm probably, honestly, I'm just checking back.
Yeah, you have.
Cause
to.
you still got queens, kings, aces, I think.
Got 8, 9. You could
Yeah,
have
and he-
9s, could have 8s.
I mean, he could even have a straight. We blocked the straight
Yeah.
really hard, but he could have it, like, he could have an 8. So, yeah.
Does he not have ace 10 though, too? Like we can extract some value. We're gonna get called by some stuff that we beat.
Well, you
Not a
can get,
ton,
you
though.
can value on yourself here too, I think, on this texture. It's what I'm scared of.
I mean, you can have a lot. You can have 9, 10 suited. You can have, 9, 8 suited. You can have 9, 9s, 10s.
Yeah, he's got full houses here. He's
Yeah,
got a lot.
Check them backs to play.
We got value on the turn. He bet flop. We got value on the turn, and I think it's time to just show it down.
All right, so if you guys want to exploit me, this is one thing that I tend to overdo. This is a spot where this hand should check a lot. I am almost always going for 12 on the river here and folding to a raise. So this is a very exploitable node for me here. I do go for thin value too often here on the river,
Oh,
but
it's good.
it is going for it.
It's going for it.
It is going
too
big.
nitty here.
Yep.
So I guess he just never has overpairs. So I think he has hands in his range that he doesn't have apparently.
Well, let's take a look. When we go 17,
Yeah, what you call?
what's he left with here? Because he's got a call with a 10. So when we go 17, his response is okay, so he checked. And we go 17. His
He still has all
response,
the overpairs. See, that's why I'm not sure why we want to go for value here.
is all these 8s, 9s, 10s, the other jacks, queens, kings, and aces. He's still calling with ace 10 and king 10
He's got
and
the
queen
straight,
10.
like, so we're not getting called by much of anything worse. Queen 9, some. Okay, queen 9's calling. Oh, ace 9, queen 9, ace 10. I see, king 10, queen
Okay,
10,
so all his queens are, all his hands with a queen want to call.
jack 10. So we still can get called by a good bit of hands. Ace 3 is
Ace
supposed to
9.
call.
Yeah.
7s are calling some. 9,
it's less.
7. I mean, see, this is the thing, like, is population calling me? Like, this is what I'm thinking. It's where I get mixed up. I mean, solver, yeah, you gotta put it in. Good players are supposed to find these calls, so.
Yeah, 9, 10.
That's
But the other
raising,
thing
right?
is too, like, you have to be careful because, like, how do you like a raise? Like, my response was when he shoves, I'm gonna fold here. So if we take that, he goes all in, which he does with a fairly robust part of his range, 20%. My jacks, I'm not calling those jacks. So that bluff works on me a lot.
Oh, it's supposed to.
Yeah, we want stronger hand than pocket jacks here to call. We want an 8. I guess we just have so many nuts in our range, right? Like all the 8s and all the straights. And we still have queens and kings here too, so. Okay. And pocket 3s for the gross house.
Feels really thin to me.
But he calls us with the hand that we're looking for.
Nice job.
Ryan nailed it. It's the
You are
value
the
bet.
damn best. Well, of course. Well, maybe. I don't know. Well, I mean, we do block a lot of their jams.
It made almost a chip more, I think.
All right, we'll do a couple more here.
The river
King
is where
9
the
suited.
money is.
Raise it up.
3-bet. How often are you 3-betting King 9 suited here?
Fold.
Oh, actually not as much. You're supposed to be flatting it. I saw the chart. I remember. My brain actually remembered something. Let's go.
I'm betting it 100% of the time.
I love it. Viv
We're
wants
supposed to be
flat.
3-betting Jack 9 and Queen 9. Just remembered he showed us the chart. Jack
Okay.
9, Queen 9. What the
50-50.
fuck? It's
What
50
the
50.
fuck?
I'm
Team
betting it
studying. All
51.8%
answers
of the
are
time,
correct.
100% of the time.
Cap, all
50%
answers
of the
are
time,
correct.
100% of the time. Okay, versus under the gun 1. It is primarily 3-betting it here in poker coaching.
You were
Uh,
cheating. You showed us.
I am
the other
not
chart
cheating. I don't
before.
have charts up. What's the point?
No,
Oh, Ken
I
knows his
remembered.
stuff.
I remembered the wrong chart. I remember the
Yeah.
chart you showed us earlier. Was that
Yeah,
something
It's
else?
okay. But again, the primary frequency is the 3-bet here. It does call, and both are just fine for the EV.
Viv, I
Uh,
3-bet jammed king 7 off from the big blind versus the button today for 38 bigs.
This argument we just had about poker woke my mom up, and now she said that we're all banned from Thanksgiving.
What? We could check this.
Check. All right.
I would bet to get some money in the pot here.
We blocked the king, we blocked the flushes. I think we need to let him start bluffing turn or we bet ourselves on the turn.
Is this a hand that's strong enough to bet this size?
I mean, it could bet for sure. I'm just checking it.
Okay, he likes the 1.6.
I mean, I would never go 1.6 in position. I would go, oh, this is a 3-bet pot, right? We 3-bet?
We 3-bet.
Oh yeah, we're betting.
Okay, 4, 8.
Well, we got ace, king, he doesn't. We have aces, he doesn't. We have kings, he doesn't. We probably have queens, he doesn't.
his-
But we do
his
have the board
tricky
pretty
aces.
locked up. I think we can go. I mean, what's the white color?
Half pot.
Pot 8, so that'll be 32 jam turns. I mean, we can still get it in if we check turn on the river. Yeah, I'm going 8.
Okay.
I can get it in with one more bet, whether it's on the turn or the river.
Yeah, Mike's worried that if we bet half pot, he's gonna run away. I kind of agree.
Well, I don't care if he runs away or not. We didn't win the hand
All
yet.
right.
You get the ace of diamond on the turn, like, you know.
All right, let's take a look here. All 3 of these options are right. The motion is that it wants to bet, and it wants to use this sizing to keep him in a lot because we have this equity so locked up. But it
Yeah.
is not a mistake to be betting a little bit bigger here too.
Then you go small, small if you hit the flush.
Yeah.
Which we didn't.
The thing I'll do is I like betting small there and allowing him to check raise us because our hand plays very well against a check raise.
We could actually go small again, right?
So the double flush draw board in a 3-bet pot. This is going to be I think this is going to be more polarized.
I'm pretty sure it's small, small. The SPR so low. And we still have a marginally valuable hand. We could be valuing ourselves as well. Yeah, I'm not checking. I'm just betting small again. Get value from his backdoor hearts if he has any. The queen 10 of hearts of the world, queen, jack of hearts. Ace, queen of hearts.
Problem is, like, if you bet 6 here, you're really pricing his flush draw in.
Yeah, that's okay.
Okay.
I noticed that it doesn't mind doing that.
Yeah, I'm probably checking or betting 12 here.
It actually leans towards small on some of the
12.
flush draw
12.
boards. Oh, I guess the double flush draw board, that's bigger, yeah.
Yeah, it polarizes here.
I mean, I usually do go that size in the double flush draw boards, but with the SPR so low, I didn't think we had to. I thought it was a small bet.
I guess we want to get the money in with our king before the river changes what is good on the board,
Alright,
right? Because the straight hasn't completed yet, the flush hasn't completed yet, all of the equities haven't completed yet. So our king wants to get money in the pot because it can get called by all kinds of combo draws here.
yeah, it makes sense.
So yeah, our range just is betting big, half pot. And it is all of the king's horses and all of the king's men. If you have an 8 in it, it's betting. If you have a 9, it's betting. All of the ace highs that are not flush draws are betting. So ace 6 and
You gotta bluff, you gotta bluff. Be
diamonds and
right back.
clubs, yeah.
Don't be ending the session.
it's bluffing, 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 bluffing. Yeah. All right, so it is betting. And he calls, and what completes on the river? Nothing. No straight, no flush.
He's gonna check raise a lot of his kings at some point to wanna get his chips in as well, I think. And we block like king of hearts, so I mean, yeah, let's probably just, do we rip it? Yeah, it's 17 left, let's put it in.
I agree.
17 into 45. I mean, how can this be bad? 100% choice.
We're gonna lose sometimes, but it is what it is.
Oh, he hit the calls with the worst king. Look at that. Take it down.
Nice.
Huge pot.
So he is raising his better kings probably more often too, so he's kind of thin on his value there.
Well, this is like his worst king that he shows up here with, right? Like, is he opening king 6 and king 5? Maybe, maybe not. So
Yeah, I mean, Solver is mixing those, I think, but he's also gonna have like jack 8 or whatever, but yeah, it's fine. Gotta put it in. 17 chips, man.
pocket threes.
Call.
He was under the king 1. He should not have even opened at king 7 suited.
Yeah, you can open them. You can open your suited kings pretty far down.
Yeah, I just looked at the pre-flop charts, king 9 and better.
Our charts? I mean, I'm opening king 6, king 5 if I'm feeling frisky.
Under the gun 1, raise first in. It is mixing king 6. King 7 is the bottom here at 99%. It's mixing king 7. So king 8 is pure. Right? King 6 and king 7 mix. So yeah. Again, they are the bottom of the row, if you're finding it there. Pocket threes. Set mine and run away after the flop.
Yep.
Does he call? Oh,
We can bet.
I hate these.
We
spots.
have we got pretty good board connectivity here. I actually think we can go big with this hand.
you want to generate some fold equity? and bet half pot?
5.9.
Actually,
Oh,
Wait,
that,
paired
like,
board in
for-
position. Hold on, paired board, we're in position. It's not a big bet, right?
Well,
but
I
man,
mean,
it feels
maybe
like
just
this-
extra big a board, maybe. But then he has all the repairs. I think we're even in sixes.
Yeah, I think we're
We
supposed to
don't
go.
have more eights.
I think we're supposed to go small in position, but it feels like.
But
I
maybe
wanna size-
rainbow makes us want to bet more big and frequent.
I feel like this exact pair wants to size up some. But
They-
we're mostly betting small.
Thanks for hanging out tonight, Eric.
Maybe I think we can bet a little bit bigger because of the rainbow, like Cap was saying.
I'm going 3.9.
But
I gotta
normally we
bluff.
bet small.
I'm bluffing.
So for me, if this is this is 8-6-6 with the 6 of spades here, I would be betting. But with the rainbow board, I'm gonna check. But we'll take a look. Primarily checking. It's using the smaller.
Or small. Yeah, I mean, I know in position you're supposed to bet small, but I just feel like I want to generate more fold equity with this hand.
Oh, look at him. We fold out king 10.
So, I mean, hey, if he's folding king 10, small bet's great.
Under the gun. All right. Tough spot. How often are you flatting queens here?
We
Never.
just looked at this earlier, didn't we? It was
Under the
Flatting
gun,
versus
under the
gun.
gun, queens raise, jacks are half and half.
I thought it was 60-40.
Yeah, we'll take a look.
Higher than that.
Yeah, we get to call this.
65% flatting, 60-40, right, is kind of the ratio here.
It's really
This
nice
was
to
a-
have these hands in your calling range, honestly. You can make a lot of chips doing this.
Yeah, this was a leak for me. I never protected my range with flatting queens here. I would always 3-bet them. And ace king also, I was always 3-betting ace king here too. So like when I did 3-bet, I just had too weak a hand post flop. All right.
Yep,
So
you
we
gotta
did
call.
that. We have the queen of spades. We're easily going to call against this price.
So Mike, it means by having strong hands in your range, they can't just go bonkers and bet against you because they think you don't have any good hands in your range.
So when we are the button,
And a lot of bad players do think that way because they're always raising. Like they're always raising like tens plus there probably, right? So like they don't have any good pairs in their range, so you can run people like that over.
so if we look at the cutoffs raise first in range, so this is what the cutoff is playing, right? When we're the button, the cutoff opens this, so you see how wide he is, right? He's got all of these offsuit 9s and all of these suited 6s. He is in here with almost 40% of all of the hands, right? All these suited connectors. So our hands up here get to go for value a lot because just this whole block of 9 hands is just going to be very value heavy, right? And we still have strong hands like ace jack, pocket jacks, ace 10 that we can just call with. And they're still going to do pretty well against the wide part of his range that he's in here with. But when we move to against under the guns range, who goes and literally plays half the range, well, we have a lot less hands that we get to go for good value with, right? Because we're going to be in against this very tight range, and he's going to start folding out this stuff. Like he might not even be opening queen jack and king 10.
Yeah, I don't open queen jack or king 10, honestly.
So we have to protect our range against how tight his range is. So we have to find hands like ace king that are going to be able to play post flop and pocket queens, ace king off and pocket queens off, that are going to be able to play against him. Because if we just 3-bet this block here, we don't have any strong hands when we just call. All we have is a top pair with bad kickers. We don't have any top pair, top kicker type hands in our range. So against his range, we're just going to struggle against when the top pair flops, like when a king flops. Because all we're going to have is king 8s and king 9s and king 10s, and he's just going to have all of this block here that is just going to get to bet relentlessly against us, where we're stuck down here calling with a bad kick.
Yeah, like if the best ace you have in your range is like ace 9 suited and there's an ace on the flop versus on the gun and they go bet jam, you're just so screwed, man. Like you're just losing all your chips. Yeah, it's your best ace. You can't really fold it, right?
So the turn, he checks to us. I like a check here.
Well, yeah, I'm checking because you know what? That's actually a really good turn for our range, but this hand doesn't need to bet.
98% check.
But we're gonna bet a lot here. Our range has a lot of bets.
You're absolutely right. Our range is going to bet a bunch, but it's going to be based on the connectivity towards the straight here.
Right, yeah, all our middling stuff that we defend, it wraps around that.
Mhm.
So he doesn't open offsuit nines. This is gross. We got a call, right? This is gross, but you can't do nothing about it.
Well, we have a
No, don't
spade
bluff.
in our spade in our hand is bad.
I mean, it's just bad all around. He's got suited nines. He's, you know, it's like, he's got aces, he's got whatever, but we're too high up in range, I think.
It is high up in range. It is starting to find some folds. If you don't have the queen of spades, it's for sure a pure call. So it's still a good call. And he just gets to show us ace. Queen.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's give her one more and we'll see how her did. Ace six.
I wonder what
suited.
10x we raised bluff there.
Where's the recording of this? Not, we don't have it up yet,
Jack
right?
10 bluff, like jam.
I think, shit, it calls. No, it folds. It calls.
Yeah.
Very high frequency call.
I'd
You're
love to
gonna
see
wanna-
if I'd love to see if we bluffed the jack 10 that last hand.
Sorry, I went a little fast. Can we see it still here on the side, Ken?
Yeah, let's take a look.
Okay, which one was it? It was this one
It
here?
was the straight board. It was the 8, 5, 7, 6 ace. Jack 10. Rip it.
So let's take a look at where's the hats. River.
I'm probably punting. I won't be able to help myself.
I mean, truly, it would be hard to call one pair if we made a big bet with that four liner.
So he bets. Our response, we do have some, well, not rips, but like over bets.
Jack 10 ain't one of them though.
Over
The
bets
nines are all straights.
are all nines.
Oh,
And
so
then
it's
all
our
these
fours
under
and
pairs.
threes. Yes.
Yeah.
Queen jack a
Both.
little, king jack a little, king 10, queen 10 a little. Jack 10, there's a sliver. I mean, that's just not good. None of that stuff.
So
So
yeah,
I'm picking the wrong portion of my range.
yeah. So this is the under straight here. And then I guess these are just the worst hands we show up with.
Yeah.
Right? So it just turns these into a bluff. And I mean, if you find queen 10 of hearts here, or king 10 of hearts, maybe. Good luck.
Yeah. I'm in there with jack 10. I find too much.
All right.
Threes, I don't find. I need to find those. The threes and the twos and the fours of the world.
6, we called. Let's take a peek. Oh, that's a good flop.
Yeah, bet small. 2.3.
Ace high. Are you sure you want to bet?
Yep.
I'm checking a lot there with the ace, but yeah.
Well,
definitely
the ace,
motion
it's
is
a
bet.
word, it's a low ace, so we can get better aces to fold. And we've got connectivity to the board. So we can
Yep.
pick up equity on turns.
But again, like the tough thing is when you bet small, like you don't have a ton, you're not generating a ton of fold equity, right? So, but I guess
Ah,
you're
but
just
you get
targeting
some.
the auto
He
fold.
raises,
He just 6x's us.
so we just gotta fold.
You gotta fold.
We only
Yeah.
got a gutter, really. Oh my god.
Oh, never folds. What type of trouble have we gotten in? Because I saw it wasn't just pure calling here.
Like ace 8 of diamonds, I'd probably call, even though this might be better.
No, we have connectivity. I think it has to call.
Yeah,
Never fold a gut shot. We
we
never
got
fold
a
a sham.
gutter. He could be bluffing worse aces. He could be
Yeah.
doing this with like what, ace 2, ace 5,
It's all in our range.
Savage.
All in, all in.
savage.
A
Alright,
backdoor
cool.
flush, a gut, and an ace high.
Doesn't seem like enough to me, but let's go.
It is not just calling, it is stuffing the turkey here with this ace-6. As
See, I like
gross
that better than calling, honestly.
Yeah.
I mean, If
So,
I'm, if I'm gonna continue, let's just run this shit.
as- The guy's just gonna show you that turkey over. The guy's just gonna show you pocket kings. You know the guy has pocket kings.
He's got overs for sure.
He's
But
got
I mean, he
sets,
also-
He's got all the overpairs.
He's
Let's
also
see.
got some 89 here and stuff too, so.
Yeah, he's got some bluffs. For sure. Alright,
Oh,
now get
well,
me out. Get me out.
Now we're out. I'm out.
never.
Oh my god.
Never, huh?
wait,
Is this
what?
thing
We don't-
broken?
Are you wait, why, what? This game is stupid.
It is never fold.
What, how do we get in this situation with ace-6 suited? You know, I have to tell my investors how I busted now.
That's right.
See, I don't understand how people play live poker with like staked and backed, and then they have to play hands like this if they're playing properly. I would say, you know, what about when there's 50% left? What are we doing? Are we doing this?
Crazy.
And then like,
yeah.
you can't even like, can you even fold ace high on a river with the SPR when it's
How
gonna be?
how would
Like
you
the spade
feel?
bricks?
How would you guys feel if you invested Lewis for like a 3K live tournament and then he showed you this hand?
Yeah, well, I'd say at least he didn't go to the beach.
Hope he wouldn't do this. He
You
wouldn't
know
do
what he's
this.
gonna do on the river already, so
Yeah.
any card.
Well,
Oh, we got an
Alright.
ace on the river, you guys.
Yeah,
Yeah, that
now do
might-
we fold?
Gotta
He's got
call.
ace-
No, we're
Yeah,
not
ace-king.
folding.
How is this equity so high?
Hope
I
he
guess
bricked
he
his
just-
backdoor spades.
Yeah, well, he probably has kings.
We finally said we just knew the ace was
Tens.
coming on the river, so we
Oh,
played
he's
our
got a
hand.
Got a
set.
tens. Wow.
Oh my god, this game is rigged. I'm gonna go cry.
Thought we scammed him.
All right. Well, I wish I ended the recording 4 minutes ago, but we'll wrap it up with this laugher.
You just started recording?
No, I
No,
wish I
we've been
ended,
recording this whole time.
I said I wish I ended the recording 4 minutes ago
Oh,
before this hand. All
that's
right.
all right.
Well,
That was a hard one, man.
yeah, that was a pretty crazy one.
I saved money.
I'm
We
never
just didn't
finding that
believe
one.
him and he had a set of tens.
Yeah.
It was fun,
All right.
y'all. I got some
Um,
tournaments up.
Good luck running in your tournaments, and
I mean-
we'll be back next week Monday for another study session.
I guess I can get behind a check raise on the flop, but the turn, man, gotta get me out of there. We picked
Yeah.
nothing up.
And then, of course, you get the babushka on the end, right?
Yeah.
You're
Like,
like,
yeah.
finally, we scam pocket
I
kings.
feel like we got scammed in this hand.
Well, I'm going to Cherokee in 2 days, guys. So
Did you learn a lot about from this session?
this is well, I did the advanced. Jonathan sent out the beta portion of the advanced tournament, and I've done it 4 times already.
That's
And
I
This-
like this is one of my favorite study sessions.
this was amazing. Peter